as women, I think, it's not our job to necessarily do business in a man's world. It's our job to do business as we as women do business. So not only am I going to support women behind the camera and lift them up, but then when those women say, hey, she's good, she's okay by me, and they refer me to someone else, oh my gosh, that is such a great feeling.
Welcome to Carrie On, the show where we explore reinvention, self-discovery, and empowerment before, during, and after midlife. I'm your host, Carrie Murray. It's time to keep our head above the chaos and carry on. Today's guest isn't just a photographer. She's one of the women who has quietly documented my life for over a decade. Kathy Schuh has photographed me, my brand, my babies, my Christmas cards, my chaos for more than 10 years. She has captured seasons I didn't even realize were seasons at the time. And somewhere between Mommy and Me classes and creative collaboration, she became one of my best friends. But here's what makes her extraordinary. Kathy doesn't just take pictures of women, she sees them. She believes women at every age deserve to be celebrated exactly as they are. Not 10 pounds from now, not after a glow up, not after the filter. And in a world where AI can generate perfect versions of yourself, Kathy is here to remind us why the real you is so necessary and so needed today. Welcome, Kathy.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know I was.
I know. Yes. So it's been I love having my friends on the show, and as you know, we have a history of making these Christmas cards with my family, and you were always so up for any crazy idea. And then the one year we had to do it with just the three of us, you handled it with such grace and such compassion and empathy for me and my kids. And I don't know if I've ever properly thanked you.
Oh, Carrie.
So thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to show that picture. By the way, this is a very visual episode. So if you guys are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, head over to YouTube because you're going to see a lot of examples of Kathy's work and me crying like a baby.
Not in the photos.
Yes, no. So
it has truly been an honor. You were one of the first, if not the first, that forced me. You actually were. You were the first woman that forced me to take my idea of photographing women and putting women in front of the camera and say, do it. Let's do it. But let's not just do it. Let's go to Union Station and do it.
Yes.
And from there, we hit the ground running. And you trusted me. And we're one of the, now you're going to me cry, and I don't think everybody wants to listen to us cry. But you were definitely one of the first to say, you can do this, and I want to be your first, and then I want to do it again and again, and then I want to introduce you to other people, and you have thanked me more than anyone I know, and so I feel the love from you.
I'm so glad. And
Absolutely.
Anybody, go to my website, go to my social media, you will see examples of Kathy's work throughout my whole career as an entrepreneur, as a mom, all of it. And it's so great. You make me feel so safe. And every woman who gets in front of your lens, because it's so hard.
It is. It's hard.
So I'm not a blubbering mess. I want to ask you where the passion came for photography. Where did that start for you? Was it like a flash of something you saw? Did you see that women were hiding behind the camera and not in the photos?
Well, I got into photography later in life. I was had my first daughter, and I was thinking, I want this amazing camera to document her. And then I started taking these photos, and I was like, I need to photograph something other than kids. I'm done with that. Kids get photographed all the time. It's fine.
Truly.
But it was one of those things where I started I went from a point and shoot to a big girl camera. And it was like, okay, what am I going to do with this? So I started taking courses and doing all this stuff. And I realized I wanted to document women, not just take candid moments. If you see me at a party, unless I'm hired to photograph the party, I'm kind of like, someone should really pull a camera out. I like more of a controlled environment or planning the event. But I just was watching one of my my mentors talk about photographing women. And I was literally looking at a magazine where Mario Testino had photographed Jennifer Aniston. And she was talking about photographing women and people. And I was looking at this Mario Testino layout of Jennifer Aniston. And she's of our age, a little, but she's of our age. And I was like, wait, regular everyday women and a photo shoot that makes them look amazing. And I just was like, I'm going to do it. And the first thing I did was call you. And I said, would you do it? And then I called our friend Lori, and then I called our friend Jen, and I did our whole group. And from then on, I was like, let me do this. Let me photograph women. And then it started to evolve into, portraits and branding and entrepreneur work and that kind of thing. But the concept of getting in front of the camera, whether you're doing it for work or you're doing it for yourself or with your family, it's the same emotion. You have to be brave to be in front of the camera. And I know that because I'm not brave always. So
it's hard. I know it's hard. And we kind of women, and I know you've told me about this, women give themselves permission when it's a headshot.
Yes.
When it's their corporate LinkedIn photo.
For sure.
But to then, how do you work with women who are just like, oh, no, I can't be glamorous. I can't be in front of the
Well, most of them don't want to be glamorous, and that's fine. I don't think we're not doing glamour shots, right? We're capturing.
It's not 1988, Kathy.
No, it's not. We don't need the boas. We're not doing that. But what I like to say, it's you on your best day. And I always advise my clients, you're not getting ready. You're not doing a photo shoot where you're getting ready for a photo shoot, especially if we're doing branding or family photos. You're getting ready to an event. What do you do if you're a person that's wanting to have your photos taken for your business? Let's say you're a coach. You're not getting ready for a photo shoot. What if you're the keynote at the conference you're attending?
Yeah.
What are you going to wear then?
Yeah.
And I try to get them into the space that they're in, so they get the idea away from the camera and more about who are you? Who am I photographing? And I really want to convince women, you're not a before. You're not a before. It's not a, like you said in the intro, it's not 10 pounds from now. It's not, when I, whatever, my hair is a different color, or when I
the
do
Botox
whatever,
sets
the
in.
Botox
Yeah,
that
I'm
it
about to get
sets
the
in.
filler or whatever. Yeah.
No, they're supposed to come and be there, and I will document that, and they are beautiful as they are. No one is a before. We have to stop thinking of that.
It's so true. And when you encounter that in your planning meetings, how do you support the women to work through that kind of, insecurity?
Well, one of the things we do is, first of all, a planning meeting is really critical. If you're ever going to hire a photographer or videographer, anyone, don't ever go in blind to a photo shoot. Always, always demand a planning meeting if they don't offer it. Anybody who is a professional should be offering a planning meeting. And one of the things that we talk about is what looks good on camera. How should you be dressing for camera? Fit your form. There are so many key things that I tell people. You don't have to change your style. You just have to dress in a way that's going to work for camera. And we always hire hair and makeup, because hair and makeup, whether you're a natural girly or love the glam, the camera eats a lot of the makeup and does all this stuff that you want to make sure you look like yourself in camera. So
totally. Yeah.
It's different. And also, here's one thing, if I may backtrack a little bit. A lot of us kind of look at photos and we think it just happened. None of that ever just happened.
Yeah.
It was all put together by either a style team or a hair and makeup artist, or the colors were picked out for those people, all this stuff. And when we start to compare our everyday photos, our snapshots with our phones to those, then we think that that's what we should be able to do all the time. And so that planning meeting is so important, because it's like a light bulb moment for them. Oh, this is how I can prep for the success that's going to happen on the photo shoot.
And that definitely builds their confidence and everything.
100%.
Today's episode includes a paid endorsement. As always, I only partner with brands I use, trust, and feel good about sharing with you. Enjoy.
Before we jump back in, quick story. For 10 years, my company was called BRA Network, Business Relationship Alliance. Support was literally my brand. So when I tell you I'm picky about bras, I mean it. And I'm obsessed with Handful. It lifts without wires, flatters without flattening, and feels good all day, not just for those 30-second Instagram posts. I wear it to yoga, I wear it to filming, I wear it when I need to feel pulled together but comfortable. It's the kind of support that doesn't squeeze you into somebody else's shape. Use code CarryOn at handful.com. Support and make it intentional. Now back to the show. You're also extremely, anybody who needs a great photographer and feel good about themselves, you're practically a therapist with a camera. You know, and I think one thing that I've actually seen in real time, because I've been able to be on set with you when you're photographing a friend or whatever, and I'm just there as a hype woman, but it's that moment that you start and the Italian comes out and you look at the back of your camera and you show them the photo.
Yeah.
Every single person has that same reaction. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They are shocked.
I love it.
What do you do to get to that moment? How do you prep your space, your lighting? Is it the pose? Like, where do you get them to where you can have, because it usually happens in the first 5 minutes of the photo shoot.
Yeah.
And then you immediately see their shoulders. I know for me, I'm like, okay, it's working.
Yeah, she's got me.
Yeah, okay. I don't look like a drag queen and with all this makeup on. I actually look like me. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I try to warn everyone. I'm like, I promise you, you don't look like RuPaul. I mean, RuPaul is fabulous, but we don't always want to look like RuPaul, right? But I think it's one of the things is that I'm able to finally talk them through it, because what I do is a guided photo shoot. Mm-hmm. So we talk about their poses and we do all this. And then I'm like, well, and now just relax into it and drop your shoulders and I'll get the shot. And I'll only show them if I know I got the shot. Mm-hmm. And it always is followed by a brava. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm always encouraging them. And then when I show them the shot, what I'm really showing them is they're not seeing it. Like, you know, you can be on a set. We're on a set today and I get to see the lights that are making us look well lit and all this stuff. Well, that's what a photo shoot is like too. So they're not visualizing it. And then when I show them that camera, it's like, oh, that's what it looks like. And it just, I think it's finally that one click that gets them to say, oh, she's got my back.
Yeah.
And I know that if I don't convince them that I've got their back, we're going to struggle the whole time. Mm-hmm. So I've got to prove to them pretty early on that it's okay, I've got you, because it's not their job. They hired me to be the one to take good photos of them. I say to my clients time and time again, I've said this for years and you know I've said this, is that it's not their job to be photogenic. It's not your job to be photogenic. It's my job as a professional photographer to make you look photogenic. Mm-hmm. And if you know that, then you're like, right?
I just have to be still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you hire a plumber, it's not your job to know how to clear the drain.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the plumber's job.
Yeah. So
right?
true. So true.
Why not with a photographer?
Yeah.
Right? But we go in with all this anxiety. Mm-hmm. Are they going to get it?
And I think when you're working with entrepreneurs, what I think you also do really well, because I've worked with you personally, professionally, in a group, in a solo, all the things, right? But one thing I really like that you do with entrepreneurs is you ask them what the photos are going to be used for.
Right.
It's part of your planning process.
Right.
Because I think there's this kind of understanding that, you're just going to take 100,000 photos and I'm just going to get a file with all of them and then they just sit.
Right.
How do you encourage people to use the photos once they have these great content?
Well, and there's that, and conversely, there's the people that come and say, I need one photo.
Right.
So in that planning meeting, I ask them, okay, are you going to need this just for your About Me page on your website? Are you going to do talks, and maybe you need that as the profile picture on the slideshow? Mm-hmm. Are you doing articles that your photo is featured? You want a tool belt of photos that are really going to go together and represent your entire brand. So that's one of the things that I'm always telling them, that we have to do a whole grouping of photos that are going to work for you going forward.
Yeah, and they have legs. That's the other thing about
legs.
You style it, and the framing of it doesn't feel like, like those 1970s where everything's really soft and blurry in the background and it's feathery.
No, you're looking off.
Right, exactly. Yeah. No, your photos have legs. Like I'm still using the same photos. shot with you like 10 years ago.
Yeah, unless you have a major change.
Yeah.
The photos can last you a while.
They can. And anytime I send out my media kit with photo options for them, Cosmo and Forbes isn't knocking down my door right now with a photo crew. So instead, I have to submit my photos to them.
Right.
And inevitably, they always pick one of yours, but it's Carrie from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I know you know what photo we're going to show it that
Yes.
I'm talking about. And
Which
then
is
I'm
one of
going to
my
show
all-time favorites.
And I'm also going to show how the media brands use that photo.
I love it.
And you don't have a choice. Like you just say, here they are.
Yeah.
But you don't want to submit that here they are and be like, God, I hope they don't pick that one with the pink dress. That one I look crappy in.
No.
Yeah. No.
Or one where your cousin is cropped out because you look good at a wedding.
Right. Exactly. Like that doesn't.
How's that professional?
Right. You use that on your Bumble.
Yeah,
That's what you use that
exactly.
one for. Now, your career has evolved. Your industry has evolved.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want to talk about, not only are you doing brand and entrepreneurs, but you do a lot of grand scale photography. Yeah. You are the official photographer of the Tournament of Roses. Tell me about the difference between being in your nice, cozy studio to now going to something that big. How did that leap happen?
Oh my gosh. Well, it happened through networking. So one of the
Community.
things,
Back to community.
I mean, I think your audience knows that you had a networking group called the Bra Network for years. I was a proud founding member of the Bra Network. And it's something that I tell my kids and their friends too, like about networking. And networking is just meeting people and making those connections and just making friends. Yeah. Like playground stuff. Mm-hmm. You just make friends and making those connections. I met a woman that is fantastic that I worked with at the LA Area Chamber of Commerce, and she made the leap to the Tournament of Roses parade, and she said, I want to bring you with me. And I took over a man who did it for 40 years. He and his brother had a business and did it for 40 years. And he was ready to retire then and there, and they begged him to let me shadow. So I shadowed one position. There are at least 8 positions around the parade that capture the parade. And I shadowed one position, and then the next year I had to fill every spot in those 8 spots and just deliver everything from the parade. So I learned a lot that second parade. I was like, oh my God. But I was so proud to put together the first all-female photography team in 135 years.
That is insane.
It was amazing. And we continue to do it. I've done my 5th parade.
That's incredible.
Parade.
That's incredible. Yeah. Yay. Congratulations, Kathy.
Thank you.
I love that. And someone on your team is actually here.
Yes, exactly. Filming us here now.
Yeah, it's like, I'm telling you, it's the community, the ecosystem that, we kind of create as women and as entrepreneurs is to keep hiring each other and working with each other. Yeah. This is why you're always photographing the same person multiple times in different settings. I know you have so many repeat clients. It must feel good.
Oh, it feels so good when someone comes back. And when they say that those photos have had legs, they've used them forever, and they're like, I just need new ones. I'm tired of using these. Yeah. I want new photos. And when I get the referrals,
that's like the best paycheck, don't you think?
It is the best. Yeah. It is the best. I mean, the money is really good.
That's but a bonus.
It is a really, it is good, and it's validating. As women, I think, it's not our job to necessarily do business in a man's world. It's our job to do business as we as women do business. So not only am I going to support women behind the camera and lift them up, but then when those women say, hey, she's good, she's okay by me, and they refer me to someone else, oh my gosh, that is such a great feeling. And it is.
And we do that naturally, right? Because we as women naturally make purchases, big investments based on relationships, right?
Absolutely.
And what we see and what we hear from so-and-so about so-and-so, we're like, oh, okay. You want to be in their little corner and community as well. Sure. I love that. Now, back to the advancements of your career, but also the advancements in technology.
Oh, yeah.
With kind of the onset, I want to take us back to like 2009. Yeah. And we all had those puppy filters. Remember the puppy filters? And we had the little bunny nose. And we just thought it was so cute. And the tongue would come out. And we were like, are we cute? Look at Reese Witherspoon.
Why do I have no chin? Yeah, it would just make us all into heart-shaped faces.
And at the time, we were like, this is fun.
Oh, yeah.
Little did we know.
We thought it was harmless.
Little did we know how much those little filters were going to eventually influence an industry or impact an industry at such a level.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
First off, what are your thoughts on people who over filter themselves with the super FaceTune? Like and then we get to the FaceTune of it all. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that is easy to go down there. It's a very slippery slope. I think we've all been seduced by that. Like, well, I don't have all my makeup on, or I don't look my best today, and let me add that filter, and we kind of acclimate to the skin being smoother and smoother, and our eyes just bump up, and my eyebrows, and let's just put the makeup on altogether, and we start to move away from reality so much that without thinking about it, we've created a caricature of ourselves. So I don't want to necessarily say like, oh, it's wrong and you shouldn't do it. I just think that we are a product of what we've gotten used to in our society. We're constantly holding ourselves up to these standards that it's hard to pull back from that.
Yeah, it's like we've opened up Pandora's box a little bit.
Totally have.
Yeah,
we totally have.
And the beauty industry, doesn't really help either with that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And when we're seeing all these beautiful ads for beauty products that they need, to help lift your chin, I'm just like, oh, that's great. And then I'm like, she's 19.
I know. Or she is a celebrity that has an amazing beauty team of not just makeup artists, but physicians and people that are doing
health and wellness, a nutritionist, a personal trainer.
Yes. I mean, we talked about that Forbes team that it brings their whole photo shoot with you. Well, these are actors and actresses that have a whole team that is making them look like that.
Yeah.
And then we have to compare ourselves to that. It's really hard. So I'm going to slap a filter on my face, right?
Absolutely. Now, once we get past the filters, now we're past the puppy, we're moving past the Facetune. Now we're seeing, there was a time, I remember Photoshop, you couldn't take out the background. Now you can take out the background, and the background you don't even see.
Yes.
And you can put me
anywhere
in the Colosseum of Rome right now.
Oh yeah, and not only do I do that, but I can make it so I can say, okay, make this all look cohesive. So I could have shot you in this studio with this harsh lighting on one side, let's say, and Colosseum, it's sunny, the background is sunny, and I can say, okay, make it all go together, and it will change you and your lighting and put you in that space.
Is that worried for your industry? How does your industry feel about the advancement of AI and kind of like where do you see it going?
Well, I have kind of a love-hate with it. I think that it is a phenomenal tool. I think that it would be ridiculous to say we're just not using AI, or I'm just going to
analog.
And I think that analog is going to have a new definition. I think that AI, there are going to be those people that are just going to completely embrace it. We're already seeing it. They call it AI slop, that we're seeing these like polished ads as we go through our social media. It just feels a little bit like it all seems alike, or this seems too polished. There's just some level of like uncanny valley, right? It's just not quite human. It's weird.
Yeah.
So I think that there is using AI as a tool and to help you. Do I want to spend hours cutting someone out of a background? No. Yeah. I love AI for that. I love being able to do that. But do I want AI to completely represent me? No, I don't think so. So I have ideas about what's really coming down the pike with AI and as you just said, analog.
Yeah. And what are those?
Well, I think.
What are your first thoughts when you see like my headshots an AI? I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm a painter.
Yeah.
I'm a lawyer.
Can be any of it. Well, I think that we're going to get to a position where AI is going to be it's going to be everywhere, and we're going to be seeking reality and humanity. So with this huge AI wave, I think we're also going to see right behind it, we're going to see this analog and humanity wave. It's just coming. And I think it's so important to come and represent yourself as a true, real person and not just an AI avatar of who you are. We're gonna want to. I think we already are. We're craving people.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm curious what you think. When we were first prepping for this, and I was talking about, when I was getting married, and we got married the same year, you'd go to all those bridal expos, and there were photographers who were like, well, I shoot digital.
Yeah.
I got digital photography. And then there were the photographers who were like, well, film. Film is classic. Do you feel like this is the same transition?
No, I don't. So I think that this is going from the painter to the camera. So this is what the camera did to the painter.
Gotcha.
The difference is now it's human and not human. But it's that big. It is going to take a lot of. There are people who still paint, and it's costs a pretty penny to do that. There's a lot of value in having your portrait painted, right? But then the camera was so fast. It was like, what? I can get my image captured that quickly, and this is crazy. I am sure there were painters out there that were like, don't do it.
Yeah,
that's not true art. But then photography became an art, and it was multifaceted. It went so many different directions. Well, I think that the camera and having a human take the camera person, take your photo with a camera versus you just going, okay, here's a snapshot of me, now turn it into a portrait. AI it's going to be, those are two different things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they very much are. And it's two different experiences. I think what it could be very dangerous about it is that it changes how we look at ourselves. The body dysmorphia of it changes the standards of beauty. And I think you're right. We're going to go back to that analog where we just want to touch the face.
Yeah.
We just want that human touch. We want that human experience. And I really feel like when I look at your photos, the women that you photograph, I can see those women.
Yeah.
But then when I see them do a AI version of them riding on a fire horse, I'm like, what the hell is this exactly supposed to make me feel?
Well, there's a place.
It made
for
me
that.
laugh.
I know there is a place. There is a place for that. But I feel like if you are really doing especially person-to-person kind of business, I think that it's going to be a level of catfishing to do like, yeah, here's my office and here's who I am and this. But then ultimately, when the person goes to your space or works with you, they realize, oh, it's not what you said you were. That was a caricature of who you are, or it was so polished. I think that even aside from that, the fact that it's so important for people to be photographed, women to be photographed and have the experience of being photographed, it means so much more than just saying, oh, I had an AI generation of me, a rendering of me done. I just don't think that just doing the rendering is going to make you feel more like that person that you are. I keep saying coach, but whatever it is, the therapist, the
yoga instructor,
the podcaster, the whatever you are, if you don't have the experience of going through the photo shoot to take it and living in like, this is what I want to do and I want the position to just be right. And so, oh, if I just type it in and do a rendering, how is that really a representation of you? You're not feeling it.
Right.
You're taking the humanity
You're also
out of
not
it.
framing that.
No.
I don't want a rendering of my kids.
No.
I want an actual photo of them.
Yeah.
I don't want a rendering of my grandma.
Exactly. Do you want a photo of your kid with your grandma, but really remember the moment? Remember the moment of you walking down the beach with that person and taking that photo, or do you want a AI rendering of a memory?
Yeah.
Is that the same? Does that hit the same?
Not at all. No.
It doesn't.
It kind of gives me the ick, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so again, with AI, in your industry, we talked about what happens, in person with your entrepreneurials, but now about events.
Yeah.
Do you have any predictions on what that'll do, like for the tournament?
Well, I think event photography is going to be one of the last that goes, because it's just right now, I think there are clever ways to capture events, but I think that ultimately right now we just are still, event photographers are okay. Like product photographers, sadly, I think they are the first to go.
Yeah.
But I do kind of foresee a future where we set up some cameras in a space and automatic cameras, and then you just capture whatever happens from those cameras and they pull that. But I still think that human touch is gonna last a little bit longer. And it's not necessarily AI coming for your industry. Is it there? Is it not? There are so many things we can't even predict are coming with AI. I think it's more about the choice. Is the choice going to be that you want it to be AI, or do you want it to be human made and have another human's eyes capture you and see you, and then put that out?
Well, that's
into the
about
world.
sustainability, business sustainability. So are you employing another woman, empowering another woman by keeping the money flow between us, or are you paying $9.99 for an app?
Right.
You know, who are you empowering? How is that sustainable?
Right.
No, it does nothing. And we really should, I know I make my purchases based on a lot of where's this money going?
Right.
Where's it investing? And I would rather have it invest into Kathy Schuh and know that, okay, she's going to use this, for her daughter's college or whatever, than to be like, oh, I just gave it to Jeff Bezos, who created a new AI app.
Exactly. It's like, it's the whole thing. It's the whole picture.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to become
picture.
more. Yeah, exactly. It's going to become more valuable to have a human take it than it is just snapping.
Firing off fire horse photos. Sorry, I can't get past it.
Well, Fire Horse likes to take photos. Real horses. So.
Well, okay. Now, before we wrap up here, I want you to give us, what are 3 things women should say to themselves about being worthy in front of photos, in front of the camera?
3 things that they should
what
say
would
to
you,
themselves.
or like what are something you would say to them to get in front of the camera?
Well, I would say that it is so important for you not to become a ghost in your photos or in anything that is going to represent you. Whether it's your business, instead of saying, oh, just take a picture of the office, or just use stock photos, or just use an AI representation. No, I think it's really important for you to remember that you are your brand and you need to be face forward. Being face forward is so important right now. And I think if you're a mom, I think you need to get in front of the camera no matter what, because it's a sad topic, but it's a true one, that our kids are going to be looking for those photos. I just lost my mother-in-law just recently, and we look to the photos.
Yeah.
We want the photos. It's not like anybody looks back at a photo of a loved one and says, oh, I love this. I wish she was 10 pounds lighter.
It's true.
No one says that.
No. They said, there's my grandma.
There's my grandma. There's my mom. There's my sister. There's
Yeah.
my best friend.
Yeah.
We want to see you.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that, Kathy. Don't be a ghost in your photos or in your life.
No.
Really is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Get in front.
Be
I can't tell
present.
you like how many photos I've seen at Disneyland that I was like, well, I was on that trip.
Yeah.
I was
Where
there,
was I?
but where's my photo?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Insist. And a lot of times we are the documentarians in our family. Shove the camera in someone else's hand and get in the photo.
Yeah, exactly. Give it to another
Hand it
mom
off.
and then say, hey, now
Yeah,
I'll take
exactly.
one for you.
Yeah. And tell me to stick my chin out, please.
Yeah, exactly. And put my weight on my back hip. There's the other 2 pieces of advice.
Exactly. Help a girl out.
I love it. Well, Kathy, please tell everyone where they can find you.
Oh my gosh.
And
well,
how they can follow up with you to book their first photo shoot.
I love it. Well, you can reach out to me at my socials. On Instagram, I'm at Kathy.Schuh. And you can go to kathyschuhphotography.com and book a consultation meeting with me, and we can talk about what you need and how I can help.
Yeah, I love that. Please, everyone, get in front of the camera, document yourself. You're beautiful today. And I would not know that unless I had someone like Kathy in my circle. It's great to have a friend who always has a camera too, by the way. If only we had an attorney in our group and a gynecologist. It would be really like
that would be great. Help us do the menopause
right,
stage.
Exactly. Like, where's she hanging out? Please, everyone, get yourself in front of that camera. And if you're feeling insecure, if you're feeling like I'm not worthy, I want you to head over to the show notes here and take the quiz that I created that says, why are you hiding? Why are you silencing yourself? It's a quick 2-minute quiz, and it'll give you updates on what's holding you back. And I guess comment, like, subscribe with a camera emoji in the comments, and, we'll make sure we connect you with Kathy. Other than that, Kathy, any final words? Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. This
I
has
love
been
having my friends on the show.
I do.
Gosh,
y'all
are great.
Back. Well, let's talk about it.
Y'all are great, but it's
great.
It's really fun. We could just sit here for
Thank you so much, Carrie.
Absolutely. Sorry, I cried at the beginning. I
don't know.
I was
I love it.
I rehearsed it so many times,
Really?
and I was just like, once I saw you in my peripheral, I was like, fuck.
I'm Italian. What can I say? I bring out the emotion. Come on.
True. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And as always, keep your head above the chaos and carry on. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Carry On. Be sure to find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And as always, like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And don't forget to keep your head above the chaos and carry on.